VMC. Digital economy, communication, customer-driven markets, technology, communities, networks, social media. VMC, the Vascellari media channel.
Thanks, Mom. So, this is very new for me, speaking in front of... There must be Amanda Gravel heckling, like she promised.
Don't be embarrassed, Joe.
I'm very shy. I'm like a bit of a wallflower. I don't like speaking in front of people, so I'm going to do my best to get through this. Before I begin, I actually want to just say a couple of thanks. I want to thank Richard from the bottom of my heart, because even though Wiley almost pulled the contract from me with the third book because I was, for some reason, difficult to work with, what has transpired has been a fantastic friendship, and and I don't say this being in any way any more irreverent than I normally am, but I got a book deal when it really counted, when it really mattered, when it meant something. And I worked and I fought for it, and Richard was the guy who believed in me, and he's continued to believe in me. And I've always been a very loyal person in the sense, which is, if you believe in me once, I'll be with you forever. And that's how I feel about Wiley, and that's how I feel about this relationship. So thank you to Wiley for everything that you've done for me. I really appreciate it. I also want to thank Aaron, and I want to thank Howard, and I want to thank my new family, the folks over Drill Team and Step Change, and of course, my Crayonistas that are all here in force to support me. I didn't really sell crayon at all. I bought into something bigger and something better and something special. And watch the space, because we're going to do some serious damage in the industry to kind of leave our mark, and I think serve an industry that is currently being underserved when it comes to social media. So those are my thank yous. So let me talk to you about the book for a second. And Aaron has promised that, I think he's got the timer going, 5 minutes or less. I know Lauren Feldman's over here, the 1938 media, the better half of Jaffe Juice TV. He typically does this when I'm kind of rambling, which I expect will happen in about 12 seconds. Let me talk to you about why I wrote the book. I wrote the book for two reasons. One is, I spoke about joining the conversation. And I kept on saying, there are millions of conversations going on around us this very second. Alive, flawed, human, influential, persuasive, emotional conversations. Is it a time you joined in? And then it hit me, with whom? Whom should we be having these conversations with? And like a ton of bricks, it hit me with our customers, because at the end of the day, without our customers, we have no business. Without our customers, we literally have no business. Our customers are the very reason we're in business. It's the very reason we have these marketing budgets, these media budgets, these advertising budgets. At the same time, I will shout out to the internal customer, which is the employee, because without the internal customer, we have no way of servicing our customers as well. And so what I wanted to do was kind of turn marketing convention on its head. That was the one reason. The other reason is, right now, customer service is the new marketing, it is the new PR, and it is the new crisis communication. Somebody asked me earlier today, if this were a baseball game, and I actually do semi-understand baseball. I'm a big Yankees fan, sorry Aaron. But, what inning would it be with respect to social media? What inning would it be with respect to customer experience and the rise of customer service? And I thought about it, and I thought maybe I should just say, it's the warm-ups right now. And that would be a little bit too flippant. And I said, it's probably bottom of the first, and Aaron's going to love this as well, because if we're the Yankees, it's the bottom of the first, and Johnny Damon has just hit a grand slam for the Red Sox, and we're basically on the canvas, and we're almost down and out. For some companies, that's exactly where they are, and for other companies, it's 0-0, and there's everything to play for. Customer service has risen almost in front of our very eyes to become something that two rogue employees with respect to Domino's, a couple of customers, maybe with respect to Comcast, with a sleeping technician, or United Brakes Guitars. These examples right now are almost destabilizing brands that have spent decades upon decades to build all this brand equity. So, what Richard said, I think, is very true. I looked back and I said, so why did I write this book? Well, I just told you two reasons why. But what's the common thread between the three books? Well, one is change, another one is innovation, and the third is optimization. And the whole point about optimization, in the first book I said, listen, instead of the three colors, red, yellow, and blue, the primary colors, television, radio, and print, instead of those primary colors, let me introduce 10 new approaches. So from the big box of 96 colors, let me introduce you to 13 now in total. And might we want to kind of think about 13 on our palette instead of 3, and interactive and search and mobile and brand entertainment and experiential, so on and so forth. Then in my second book I said, let's optimize from communication to conversation. And let me throw in another 20 new approaches, blogging and podcasting and social networking and wikis and YouTube and viral and whatever. Kill me for saying that word. But all these new ideas, and instead of communication, let's think about conversation. Now in my third book, I'm talking about the ultimate and the consummate optimization from acquisition through retention. I realized very quickly that with all these colors and all these choices that we have as marketers and media professionals and agency professionals and vendors, etc., let's kind of rob the rich to pay the poor, kind of Robin Hood, so to speak, of marketing or brand management or branding, etc. I don't want to be in the business anymore of rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. I want to build a better boat that doesn't sink, period. So to use the analogy of the box of crayons, I want to be the sharpener at the back. I don't know that I even want to be one of those crayons anymore. That's what this book is about. It's about 3 simple hypotheses, and then I'll leave it at that. Number 1, retention becomes the new acquisition. We can build our business from the inside out by focusing on customer experience, by merging the worlds of customer service with word of mouth. Really turning our customers into the true influencers that they are. Number 2, customer service becomes not a, but the key strategic differentiator. The difference between the winners and the losers in the weeks, months, and years to come will be customer service. And number 3, the real role of social media is retention. The phrase social media is an oxymoron, or maybe the real morons are those that are misusing social media for acquisition purposes. The real role of social media is retention. So I want to thank you all, friends, family, newly found friends, for coming and supporting me, but really for supporting what I think Richard said, which is probably, I feel like I'm so close to the truth, like never before. People say there's no silver bullet in marketing, but I honestly believe this could be it. This could be close to it, this idea. Going back to the basics, going back to the fundamentals of treating people as we would expect to be treated ourselves. And not just looking at it as defensive, as passive, but as offensive, as proactive, as probably a mission-critical function. So, I'll be around tonight, until such time that I move from vertical to horizontal, which, if you know me, is coming soon enough. Please come up to me, ask me questions. I want you to read the book, tell me what you think about it. I want you to review the book, because ultimately you are my customers. I want you to prove that retention can become the new acquisition. I'll sign a copy of the book for you, and have fun. Thank you so much.